Hi, lovely people. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Say It Out Loud. If today's your first time tuning in, don't forget to subscribe, like, and then share. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about mental health, a topic which is often whispered about, avoided, and misunderstood. Across Africa, mental health is still a topic wrapped in stigma, myth, and silence. But what we need to understand is that ignoring it doesn't make it go away. In fact, silence often makes the struggle heavier. Today, we are breaking down the silence because it's time to speak openly, honestly, and then without shame. When we talk about mental health, the first thing many people think is weakness, others think is laziness, and some even see it as a spiritual failing. These misconceptions are unfortunately very common in our society today. I have personally heard things like just pray more and you'll be fine, or toughen up. It's all in your head. Comments like these make it very hard for people to seek help when it comes to mental health. They reinforce the idea that struggling with anxiety, depression, or burnout is something you should hide or push through. What we need to understand is that these are not moral failings, character flaws, or something you can simply just snap out of. It's just like physical health. Mental health requires care, attention, and sometimes professional intervention. Understanding this is the first step, but in Africa, there's another layer that makes mental health even harder to talk about. In many African societies, talking about stress, anxiety, or depression is seen as oversharing or even shameful. From childhood, we are often taught to be strong, handle our problems quietly, and to avoid burdening others with what we are going through. Many families simply don't have the awareness to recognize mental health challenges. And even when they do, they may not know how to actually respond effectively. Add social pressure on top of all this, where appearing successful, resilient, and unshakable is the norm. And it becomes easy for people to suffer in silence. This culture of silence has consequence, which we all know. It isolates individuals, delays treatment, and allows mental health struggles to worsen unnoticed. Let me give you a typical example. Imagine someone who appears to be thriving, achieving great things at work and even at school, but inside they feel exhausted, anxious, and overwhelmed every single day. Burnout is often invisible to the outside world, but it affects their health, relationships, and overall well being. Recognizing the signs when it comes to mental health is very crucial, but it's equally important to know what steps we need to take to cope and seek help. There's actually no shame in asking for help when it comes to mental health. In fact, reaching out is a sign of strength. Seeking guidance from trained professionals is essential, and it can make a huge difference. A lot of people underestimate that, but that's the honest truth. Talking to friends, family, or support groups provides understanding, perspective, and accountability. It makes you understand that you are not alone in your struggles. Small practices like meditation, journaling, exercise, establishing healthy routines can help manage stress and improve well being as well. I encourage everyone that comes across this episode to pick one small habit to improve their mental wellness this week. Even tiny steps matter. A 5-minute meditation, a short walk, or journaling your thoughts can begin to shift your mental health state. We all need to understand that improving mental health isn't just an individual journey, it's a community effort. Talking openly about mental health normalizes the conversation. Sharing your story, asking for help, or simply acknowledging your struggle helps others feel they can do the same. As one insightful perspective says, when we normalize mental health conversation, we create a community where people can thrive instead of just surviving. Breaking the stigma is not just about awareness, it's about action. It is about creating a space where people feel safe to express their struggles and access the help they need. Mental health is health. Silence and stigma only make challenges heavier. By talking openly, seeking help, and supporting each other, we can build healthier communities, one conversation at a time. A very big thank you for tuning in to this episode of Say It Out Loud. If this episode resonated with you, share with someone who might need to hear it. And here's a question for you. What's that one small step you are going to take today to support your mental health? Send your thoughts to me and let's continue the conversations together. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you on the next one.